Alright, looks like we are streaming. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing out there in La La Land? Might hear some noise in the background. If you give me a second, I can fix that. Give me 1 second. Alright, back. And no one's here, so it doesn't matter that I was gone for 20 seconds. Alright, I wanted to talk about. Well, first off, I guess it's chat. I like doing live streams. It's fucking fun. I really enjoy it. It would be nice to have an actual computer so I could show images to you folks while I'm live streaming. But I'm working on a way to try to get around that using my phone only. This is a lot more difficult since, you know. What's up, Thomas? How's it going, buddy? Alright, well, one of the things I wanted to discuss was fallen angels. I feel that people have used the word demon inappropriately for a long time. Demon just means someone who has knowledge. Just like the demiurge just means a public servant. Just like archons literally just are chakras, energy points, spirits within the spirit. Of course, if you've ever studied Eastern religions, you know that there's more than 7 chakras. There's hundreds. And that 7 just breaks down main nodes. These main nodes correspond to the 7 main chakras. You can take those 7 chakras down to 3 chakras if you want to. The heart, the root, and the crown. However, this isn't what I was talking about. I just got sidetracked like I do all the time. I wanted to talk about fallen angels. Like is said in the Gospel of Philip, the powers that rule this world will take our holy scriptures, our religious texts, and they weren't able to do this with the Dead Sea Scrolls and with the Nag Hammadi because it was too recent. Reading comments sure is distracting. So in the Gospel of Philip, it says what was good would be given bad names, and what was bad would be given good names. Because of that, you have things like Lucifer, which means light bearer. It's, I mean, does that sound like a bad name, an evil name? It obviously doesn't. I mean, Jesus was even referred to once in the New Testament as the light bearer, and also in the book of Daniel, I believe. But that's neither here or there. Once again, fallen angels. Now, this sounds particularly evil, and it's descriptive as opposed to a name. It's, something that happened to a group, and then the angel part describes the group, messengers. So, fallen messengers. Of course, if you are one of these ancient astronaut theorists, if you're von Däniken or someone in his camp, then you'll believe that fallen just means coming down from outer space into Earth's atmosphere and then down to the surface. This is falling down, right? Well, angels didn't fall because of that. What was the cause in the book of Jasher, the book of Giants, the book of Enoch? What was the cause of these angels to fall? Love. They wanted to be with female women with long, beautiful hair for whatever reason. If you look at Mount Hermon and the archaeological work that's been done there, uncovering a temple that I believe dates back to the time that these beings, being I don't know what they were. I've had many thoughts on the subject, whether they were humans from the future, whether it was a different line of humanoids that existed on planet Earth before humanity, or maybe even contemporaneously with humanity, kind of Neanderthals and Denisovans. What if these were another humanoids that were born on planet Earth? This is where we get the giant architecture from, the cyclopean mounds and ruins of old. Everything from Sacsayhuaman in Peru and Malta. Everything that has polygonal block structures with gigantic, megalithic multi-ton blocks. These things. What's up, Heather? Cuz I don't know if these were actual non-Earth entities in the form of aliens, if they were from a different dimension, if they were from a different time, from the future. Who's to say? I know that they're described the same way in a lot of text. You have the rainbow garments of the Tibetans. You have the rainbow bridge of the Bifrost of Norse mythology. You have the frost giants, which means glimmering giants. Then you have the glimmering ones or the shining ones, the Anunnaki from ancient Sumeria. Then you have the golden gods of Native American mythos, Native South American mythos. But these are the beings that, like I said, the Book of Jasher, the Book of Giants, the Book of Enoch referred to as, giants, fallen angels, or the descendants of fallen angels who fell because of love. What do we do today? If you really care about someone and feel emotions growing, what do you say you are experiencing? You're falling in love. Now, love itself, if you want to describe it as what it is, love should be something that, whenever brought together, male, female, it's an uplifting. It's, lifting in love, flying in love, soaring in love, fucking rocket pack, blasting off at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That is love. But falling. Well, after experiencing what real love is, having been married, and there is a lot of falling involved. It's especially whenever it's something like one species mating with another species. You can imagine this would probably, end with tragedy before you even undertook the process. So maybe falling in love is accurate because they knew it was going to end in a sad way. I literally wiped my nose on my sleeve because I'm very sophisticated. So the term falling in love dates back to these angels, these fallen angels. And if you read the inscription on Mount Hermon, it says, under the power of the most powerful God, Most High, we who take the oath gather here and go forward together, or something like that. And this is thought to be an inscription by the angels. I mean, this is even, look at the Wikipedia page for Mount Hermon. This is where the angels supposedly came down from, right? So you have this, sounds like Sailor's Home. I just heard a whole bunch of clinking sounds. I didn't want to make this a very long one anyways. But yeah, if you look at Mount Hermon and the archaeological evidence that's been found there, it was supposedly left by the fallen angels. I don't know how archaeologists and biologists can allow a statement so against the common understanding to be said so freely. But look at the Wikipedia page. The archaeologists who found it attribute it to fallen angels, which is kind of odd. These people, these fallen angels, I don't believe were necessarily bad. If you read the book of Enoch, I mean, there are times that I feel for these beings. Like there was a fallen angel named Malway who had the ability, just like Joseph in the Bible, just like Daniel in the Bible. These are, you know, men of God. One was a prophet, the other one was, you know, the beginning of the tribe of Israel. These are people who are revered in the Bible. They both had visions, dreams given to them by God. But supposedly, this fallen angel, Malway, had visions in his dreams as well. Now, was he able to receive these dreams because he was a particularly bad dude? I don't think so. Like I said, Daniel, Joseph, many people have had prophetic dreams in the Bible that were given to them by God, just like in the book of Enoch. Malway supposedly got a vision from God that the civilization that he was a part of, like I said, I don't know what it is, quote unquote, fallen angels. This could be extraterrestrials, this could be time travelers, this could be another form of humanoid that was more advanced than humans living on Earth with us at the same time. But regardless, this being, Malway, a giant, a descendant of the fallen angels, a quote unquote Nephilim, a whatever you want to call him, from whichever culture, because they all have giant mythos. He was given a dream by God that allowed him to warn the other giants what was going to happen. This is very much like the story of Noah. However, in this dream, all of his kindred were dying, all of his giant brethren. Whenever he told his fellow giant friends this, they were terrified and wanted to try to get some kind of pardon for their crime. They wanted to petition God, so they asked Enoch to talk to God for them on their behalf to see if there's anything they can do to, you know, not die. You know, basically asking for forgiveness. And the God that the Bible says is an all-forgiving, all-loving God that forgives everyone from Adolf Hitler down to, you know, your misdemeanor criminal. God decides to tell these giants to go flood themselves, and he's going to flood the whole world and kill everybody. Kill all of their friends and family. Kind of sounds like a shitty God. Honestly, like, I mean, maybe for the greater good and all that nonsense, but after having lived the last 3 months of my life with the philosophy of doing things for the greater good, I'm not a big fan of that idea anymore. I do not like being out of work for months because one old person in my community might die. Yes, a strong breeze might kill one old person. But this God, this, you know, this Elohim, or whatever this being is, decides to tell the giants that no, they're all going to die. And of course, this upsets them. Sailor just asked if I'm playing Jeopardy. Yes, I'm playing Jeopardy. Yes, I'm playing Jeopardy! So yeah, I don't think fallen angels or Lucifer are really as bad as... I'll be on 5! Wait, you said you were mad? Alright, I'm live, so give me 5 minutes. Sayla said, hey, live people. Or not even 5 minutes, I'll just turn it off right now. But yeah, fallen angels, falling in love. Is falling in love really evil? Are these beings really evil? And if you were the descendant, or if you had their DNA or genes that were tied to them inside of you, would you feel like a bad person? That's another thing about. That was my Jeopardy alarm. How nerdy is that? Turn off.